You spent $5,000 to travel the world, so why would anyone stay in their cabin on a port day? Because in 2026, the port day has completely flipped. New entry taxes across Europe, 6 million tourists crushing Nassau every year, locals in Barcelona literally squirting water pistols at cruise passengers. Getting off the ship has become the expensive mistake, and staying on board, that's become the luxury hack. But here's what most people don't realize. There are 15 strategic reasons why the smartest cruisers this year are skipping the port entirely. And number 6 has a legal loophole that means you literally keep money in your pocket by sleeping in. Let's go through all 15. It's not just watch your wallet anymore. In 2026, entire ports in Jamaica and parts of the Bahamas are sitting under Level 2 and Level 3 travel advisories from the State Department. That's the same classification as some conflict zones. Before every port day, check the State Department app. If that port is flagged red, the pool deck suddenly looks a lot more appealing than the taxi rank. Your itinerary says Florence. You get excited. You picture the Duomo, the Uffizi, a perfect espresso on a cobblestone street. Then you dock in Livorno, which is a 2.5-hour bus ride from Florence. You spend 5 hours on a highway to get 90 minutes in the city. Same thing happens with Paris when you dock in Le Havre. Same thing with Rome when you dock in Civitavecchia. Before you book any excursion, Google the actual distance from the dock to the city they're advertising. If it's more than 60 minutes each way, you're not visiting that city. You're visiting the inside of a bus. Newer megaships are too big for the scenic downtown ports. So where do they put you? Container terminals, industrial zones, a concrete wasteland surrounded by cranes and shipping containers. Smaller ships get the pretty harbors. You get a parking lot. Check a site like What's in Port before you book. If your dock looks like a freight yard in the satellite photos, that's your sign to stay on board and enjoy the ship while everyone else rides a shuttle bus through an industrial estate. Nassau broke records last year, 6.1 million cruise passengers. On a busy day, there can be 5 or 6 megaships docked at the same time. That's 20,000 people hitting the same streets, the same beaches, the same shops, all at once. It's a human traffic jam. The straw market is shoulder to shoulder. The taxi line is 45 minutes deep. The beach chairs are gone by 9:30. Check your port day schedule in advance. If you see 4 or more ships docked alongside yours, the island isn't a destination anymore. It's a queue. Stay on the ship. It's your sanctuary. From water pistols in Barcelona to no cruise ships, banners in Bergen, locals in some of the most popular ports are actively hostile to cruise passengers right now. And honestly, you can understand why. Thousands of people flooding a small town for 6 hours, spending almost nothing locally, and then leaving. But understanding the frustration doesn't make it fun to walk through. Why go somewhere you're not wanted? Stay where the crew treats you well. The ship is the one place that actually wants you there. This is the big one. Venice now charges an access fee per visitor. Greece has introduced a new passenger fee of up to €20 for Santorini and Mykonos in 2026. Barcelona is following. Dubrovnik already charges. But here's the loophole. If you don't get off the ship, you often don't pay it. The tax applies to disembarking passengers, not to the ship itself, so you literally save money by staying on board. €20 per person in Santorini, €5 in Venice. It adds up across a 14-day Mediterranean cruise. You're not being lazy, you're being strategic. Amsterdam is now capping cruise ships to 100 per year. They're also moving terminals further out from the city center, so even if your ship gets a slot, you're tendering or taking a long shuttle just to reach town. And then once you arrive, there's the new €15 tourist tax waiting for you. Between the shuttle time and the entry fee, the onboard buffet starts looking like a 5-star restaurant by comparison. Simple economics. Your $80 a day drink package stops working the second you walk down the gangway. Every hour you spend on shore is roughly $10 of lost value from that package. Stay on board, all-inclusive day. Go ashore, you're paying retail for every beer, every coffee, every bottle of water. For a couple with drink packages, a 6-hour port stop represents over $100 in unused package value. That's not a vacation choice. That's a budget leak. Yes, ships have Starlink now, but bandwidth is still shared between thousands of passengers. On a sea day, the Wi-Fi crawls. Video calls freeze. Streaming buffers endlessly. But on a port day, when 4,000 people get off the ship, the data pipe is wide open. This is the only time you can reliably stream a movie in 4K, video call home without glitching, or actually get work done if you need to. Port days are your private internet window. Use them. Spas on cruise ships now use dynamic pricing in 2026. On sea days, a 50-minute massage costs $199 because demand is through the roof. On port days, that exact same massage drops to $129, sometimes lower, because almost nobody books a spa treatment when they could be exploring ashore. You want the same hands, the same table, the same essential oils. For $70 less, stay on the ship. Book a port day massage. The spa is practically begging you to come in. On ships like Icon of the Seas, the water park lines are 45 minutes long on sea days. Kids screaming, adults shoving, pure chaos. On a port day, zero wait. You can ride the slides 10 times in an hour. The pools are empty. The flow rider is yours. It's like renting a private theme park that you've already paid for. The most underrated hack on this entire list. The laundry room is a war zone on sea days. Every machine is taken. People are guarding their dryers like hawks. On a port day, it's completely empty. Do your mid-cruise wash in peace. Have fresh clothes for the rest of the trip. No fighting. No waiting. No passive-aggressive notes taped to the machines. We all hate chair hogs, the towels placed at dawn, the empty loungers reserved by flip-flops until noon. On sea days, finding a decent pool spot is a blood sport. On port days, the chair hogs are gone. They're all on shore. You can stroll up to the prime lounger right next to the pool at 11 a.m. without a single fight. No alarm clock needed, no early morning towel sprint. Just walk up and sit down. Try getting a reservation at the steakhouse on a sea day. Impossible. Booked out weeks in advance. On a port day, you can walk right in for lunch, often at half the price of the dinner menu. Same chef, same steak, same experience, half the crowd and half the cost. When the ship is full, bartenders are machines. They're serving 5,000 people. There's no time for conversation, no time for anything off script. But on a port day when the ship is empty, they're human again. This is when you get the off-menu drinks. The recommendations they actually mean. The best service of the entire trip. And yes, the real ship gossip. Every good story I've ever heard from crew happened on a quiet port day when nobody else was around. So sometimes, the best destination isn't the port. It's the billion-dollar floating resort you already paid for. Are you paying the new entry taxes this year, or are you staying on board? Tell me in the comments. And if you want to know exactly which ports are actually worth getting off for, Mats du aim troer, Gurenas das Stingchofro, and Statschatten sind, and which ones are a total waste of time. Watch this video right here. See you over there.
You booked the cruise for the turquoise water and the white sand. You didn't book it to end up in a State Department warning. In 2026, the cruising landscape has shifted. Some of the most legendary ports in the world have been slapped with Level 4 advisories. Others have become so dangerous that cruise lines have quietly stopped going there entirely. And the scariest part, the most risky port on this list, is probably on your itinerary next week. These are the 7 cruise ports ranked from risky to do not travel, and exactly how to survive them. We are starting at the top, rank number 1. And this isn't just a warning, it's a closure in everything but name. For years, Labadee, Haiti was the crown jewel of Royal Caribbean, a private peninsula, fenced, guarded, marketed as perfectly safe, zip lines, beaches, private security everywhere. But outside that fence, Haiti was collapsing. By late 2024 and throughout 2025, gang violence and political instability reached a point that could no longer be ignored. The U.S. State Department now lists all of Haiti as Level 4, do not travel. That is the highest warning level that exists. It doesn't mean be careful, it means do not go. Even though Labadee itself is heavily secured, the situation around it has become too unstable. Cruise lines don't want the liability. Insurance companies don't want the risk. So sailings are canceled, ports are skipped, and itineraries are quietly rerouted. If you see Labadee on a 2026 itinerary, do not get attached. There is a very high chance it will become a sea day instead. Number 2 is a tragedy for anyone who remembers cruising in the 80s and 90s. Acapulco, Mexico. This was once the glamour port, movie stars, cliff divers, the love boat era luxury. Today, Acapulco sits inside the Mexican state of Guerrero, and Guerrero is under a full U.S. State Department do not travel advisory due to crime and kidnapping. Some cruise lines still dock here, and that's where travelers get trapped. The tourist zone looks safe, heavily policed, controlled. But step just 2 blocks outside that zone or take the wrong taxi, and you are in cartel territory. This is not a port for independent exploration. If your ship stops in Acapulco, you have 2 smart options. Take a ship-sponsored excursion or stay on board and enjoy an empty ship. This is not the day to wander and see what happens. Number 3 is a bucket list destination with a secret many first-timers don't expect. Colón, Panama. You go here for the Panama Canal, and the canal is incredible, but the city of Colón itself has one of the highest crime rates in the region, and here's a telling detail. Crew members, people who travel the world for a living, often refuse to get off the ship in Colón. Muggings and snatch-and-grab robberies happen right outside the port gates. This isn't cartel violence, it's desperation. Do not walk into town. Do not wear jewelry. Do not flash phones or cash. See the canal. Get back on the ship. That's the safe play here. Number 4 is heartbreaking because it is stunningly beautiful. Roatan, Honduras. Yes, the island is safer than the Honduran mainland, but that creates false security. You relax, you drop your guard, and that's when problems happen. If you dock at Coxon Hole, the pressure starts immediately. Aggressive vendors, unregulated taxis, isolated tour routes. There have been armed robberies of tour buses and tourists on remote beaches. The rule for Roatan is simple. Stay with crowds. Use certified tours. This is not the place to rent a scooter and explore. Number 5. You know it. You love it. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Jamaica frequently sits at level 3. Reconsider travel. The issue here isn't just crime. It's persistent aggression toward tourists. No is not always accepted. Outside resort zones, harassment can escalate quickly. And if you engage with the wrong person selling party favors, situations can turn dangerous fast. Stay in resort areas and ship excursions, and you'll have a great day. Wander into neighborhoods alone, and you are on your own. Number 6 is Belize City, not the jungle, not the ruins. The city. The cruise port is a walled tourism village with armed guards for a reason. The south side of Belize City has serious gang activity. This is dangerous only for the DIY traveler. Book a cave tour or Mayan ruins, and you're perfectly safe. Try walking into town from the port, and you are taking unnecessary risk. There is nothing to see there that is worth it. And finally, number 7. The most controversial port on the list. Nassau, Bahamas. It's listed as level 2. Exercise increased caution. And the danger here is complacency. Because everyone goes to Nassau, people stop paying attention. Petty theft, tourist scams, unregulated jet ski operators. The U.S. Embassy has issued warnings about assaults near the fish fry area and on isolated beaches. Nassau isn't Florida. Treat it differently. Front pocket your wallet. Skip the jet skis. Stay in well-lit areas. Cruising is still one of the safest ways to travel. If you're smart, this video isn't here to scare you. It's here to stop you from becoming a statistic. If you want to know which cabins to avoid so you can actually sleep on your next cruise, click this video right here. I'll see you there.
Every cruise promises a dream vacation. But what if your next port stop is hiding something dangerous? While most travelers picture white sand beaches and fruity cocktails, some destinations come with serious warnings. We're not talking about mild inconvenience here. We're talking about level 3 and even level 4 travel advisories from the U.S. State Department. Yes, the same ports your cruise line cheerfully promotes are also flagged for gang violence, kidnappings, and organized crime. And here's the kicker. You might never know, unless you do your homework. In this video, we're diving into the 7 most dangerous cruise ports frequently visited from the U.S., and we're not just naming names. You'll hear what makes them risky, what the government says about them, and exactly how to protect yourself if your ship docks there. This isn't to scare you away from cruising. It's to help you travel smart. Ready to find out which ports made the list? Let's get into it. First up is Belize City, located along the Caribbean coast of Central America. Over 615,000 cruise passengers visited Belize last year alone. But here's what most of them didn't know. The U.S. State Department has Belize City under a Level 3 travel advisory, which means reconsider travel. Their exact words? U.S. citizens should avoid traveling to Belize City. Why? Gang activity. While the secure cruise port itself is generally safe, you step just a few blocks outside, and you're in territory flagged for serious crime. Tourists who wander off alone have ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Even daytime strolls into the city are strongly discouraged without local guidance. So what should smart cruisers do? Option 1. Book an official excursion through your cruise line. These are vetted, safe, and well managed. Option 2. Stay inside the gated port area and enjoy the shops and scenery. Option 3. Honestly, just stay on the ship. You're not missing much, and safety comes first. Belize may be beautiful, but it's also one of those ports where a wrong turn could ruin your vacation. Now let's talk about Jamaica, a stunning island paradise south of Cuba and a wildly popular stop for Caribbean cruises. Last year, over 1.6 million passengers cruised to Jamaica. But while the beaches are breathtaking, the reality on shore isn't always so pretty. The U.S. State Department currently gives Jamaica a Level 3 advisory. That means reconsider travel. And here's where it gets even more serious. U.S. government personnel are banned from traveling to certain parts of Jamaica entirely. Why? Rampant gang violence, unpredictable crime, and an alarmingly high murder rate, some of the worst in the Western Hemisphere. Even all-inclusive resorts, which many consider safe bubbles, aren't immune to incidents. Sexual assaults have been reported in places people assume are secure. Now, here's where it matters to you. There are 5 cruise ports in Jamaica. Some are better than others. But in general, this is not a place to go off exploring on your own. Cruise ports are usually secure, but once you step outside that perimeter, it's a different story. Booking excursions directly through the cruise line is the safest move. They know which areas are safe and which aren't. Sure, Jamaica has its charm, but smart cruisers know that safety isn't something to gamble with. Don't let a paradise postcard blind you to a very real risk. Welcome to Mazatlan, Mexico, a vibrant Pacific port with serious baggage. On the surface, it's a colorful, festive destination. But beneath the palm trees and mariachi bands lies a Level 4 U.S. travel advisory. That's the government's highest warning. Do not travel. So why are cruise ships still going there? Simple. The cruise industry heavily vets its routes. They wouldn't dock somewhere outright unsafe, but that doesn't mean you should let your guard down. Mazatlan sits in Sinaloa, a state notorious for cartel activity. The U.S. State Department warns of violent crime and kidnapping, not exactly the kind of adventure you signed up for. Now, many cruisers still go, and even love it. But the key difference? They stick to the port, or take excursions through the cruise line only. Wandering off independently into Mazatlan's streets? That's when the risk spikes. Because while the port is protected, a wrong turn inland can put you in a completely different world. You don't want to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, especially when help might be miles away and communication is limited. Mazatlan may be beautiful, but beauty doesn't always mean safety. Haiti might sound exotic on your cruise itinerary, but don't let the beach views fool you. This Caribbean nation is currently under a Level 4 U.S. travel advisory. That's as serious as it gets. Do not travel. Why? Because Haiti is dealing with severe crime, political unrest, and widespread kidnapping. It's not just unsafe, it's unstable. Even U.S. government employees are barred from traveling there. But here's the twist. Your cruise may still stop in Labadee, a private resort area owned and operated by Royal Caribbean. It's fenced off, guarded, and completely separated from the chaos beyond. So you step off the ship, and it feels like paradise. But what you're seeing isn't the real Haiti. It's a controlled bubble designed for tourist safety. Now, within Labadee, you're fine. Enjoy the cabanas, the beaches, the zip lines, all of it. Just don't mistake that comfort for the reality that lies outside the fence. cruisers aren't allowed to leave Labadee freely. And honestly, that's for the best. Because stepping beyond the secured zone isn't just risky. It could turn your dream vacation into a nightmare with no easy way back. So if you see Haiti on your cruise schedules, just remember, you're not really seeing Haiti. And that's probably a good thing. You've seen the stunning beaches, lush rainforests, and colorful carnivals. But Trinidad and Tobago hides a much darker reality. This island nation in the southern Caribbean draws over 125,000 cruise passengers a year. Yet it carries a Level 3 U.S. travel advisory. Reconsider travel. Why? Because the threat here isn't just crime. It's terrorism and kidnapping. Yes, terrorism. According to the U.S. State Department, attacks on tourist sites could happen without warning. Much of the violence is driven by gang activity, especially in and around urban areas. And it's bad enough that U.S. government staff are prohibited from traveling to large parts of the country. If you're visiting Trinidad or Tobago on a cruise, know this: the port zones are relatively secure. But venturing out on your own? That's where the real risk begins. Stick to cruise line excursions, stay in high traffic areas, and if something feels off, trust your gut. Because in Trinidad and Tobago, danger doesn't always come with a warning sign. It hides in plain sight, beneath the sunshine and steel drums. Colombia may look like paradise from the deck of a cruise ship, but step off the ship, and you're stepping into a country with a volatile reputation. In 2023, more than 170,000 cruise passengers visited Colombia, drawn by its vibrant culture, stunning coastlines, and colonial cities. But behind that postcard-perfect view lies a country with a Level 3 U.S. travel advisory. That's reconsider travel. The risks: crime, terrorism, unrest, kidnapping. Colombia's long-standing ties to drug cartels and guerrilla activity mean danger isn't just a rumor. It's a reality. Even major port cities like Cartagena are not immune. Petty crime is common, but so are reports of armed robberies and express kidnappings. The U.S. State Department warns that tourists can be targeted, especially if they wander beyond popular zones or act like easy marks. If you're cruising to Colombia, join a cruise-sanctioned excursion, travel in groups, and keep your valuables and attention close. Because Colombia is breathtaking, but it's also unpredictable. Here's the truth. Cruising is still one of the safest, most relaxing ways to travel. But the moment you step off that ship, you're no longer in the safety bubble. Ports may look picture perfect, but every destination comes with its own set of risks, rules, and red flags. Some cruisers let their guard down the second they see palm trees. That's when trouble strikes. Lost passports, scams, theft, even worse. So here's what smart travelers always do. They research the port ahead of time, stick to well-reviewed excursions, and never assume that just because it's a cruise stop, it's safe. If you're not sure about a place, don't wing it. Ask questions. Read reviews, talk to your cruise line, and when in doubt, stay on board. That's not a missed opportunity. It's a smart decision. Before we go, what's the sketchiest port you've ever been to? Drop it in the comments. Your story could help someone else stay safe. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe for more insider cruise tips. Until next time, stay smart, stay safe, and keep cruising like a pro.